welcome back all to the Woven Almanac. I think it's episode 21, I think. If it's the first time stopping by the channel, I'll give you a really quick intro. My name is Dawn. I'm originally from Manchester, which is the northwest of England, and for over 22 years I have been living in the Netherlands, just on the border of Amsterdam. And I live here with my partner Lawrence, who's from South Africa, our sons Joshua and William, and our pets Jack, who's a Parsons Terrier, and Daxter, who's a very fluffy ginger tomcat. I do also have another channel here on YouTube, which is at Dawn's Days. That's a vlog channel. So every Sunday morning I upload a video all about what I've been up to in the week. There's always a little bit of crafting chatter on that channel. Everything I speak about today, I'll try and put a link, and if not a link, just some text so you can refer back to what I was talking about. So that's where I am on YouTube. Also, other social media channels. You can find me on Instagram with @Dawn's Days. My Instagram account is predominantly crafting, so it's not vlog related, although I do advertise when there's a new vlog up if I think it's going to be interesting to my followers on Instagram. And I also host a very small but very friendly crafting group on Facebook, which is Crafty World 1. So again, links below. I also do timestamps, so if a particular craft isn't for you, you can flick back and forth between you know, the ones that you're interested in. And what else do I have to tell you? Oh yeah, my format. So my little corner of YouTube, my crafting corner, what I usually do is I give you a little short live update of what I've been up to since my last podcast. And then in today's episode, I've got some knitting talk. I've actually got quite a lot of things to talk about, so I'm hoping it's not going to go on for too long. Knitting, crochet, resin, sewing, like hand stitching, and miniature / other crafts. Sounds a bit mysterious, but stick around, you'll get to see what I've been up to. It's been quite a messy craft. What else can I tell you? I think that was everything. Where to find me, welcome, and I think that's everything. Right, let's get straight to it. I'll put my glasses on because I have made notes, and I've got myself a very boring Nescafe instant coffee in a beautiful mug. I can't remember if this was from Karen, my lovely friend Karen, who stitches and jacks here on YouTube, or Jeanette, who's Crafty Claire's Creations, because last September I was lucky enough to go to Yarndale with the ladies, and both of them gifted me a mug, and one of them had my initial on. Actually 3 mugs, and I don't know if it was Karen or Jeanette who gave me this one, because they spoilt me rotten. I came home with all kinds of goodies. So if you're watching, ladies, which one was it? Right, I had to look back because I'm a little bit over a month between the last podcast. I had to look back at what I've been up to because so much has gone on in my life. It has been hectic. And I think in the last podcast I told you that I'd had a very, very busy but nice work trip to where had I been? To Botswana and to South Africa, and that was in December. And I think I did put a link somewhere in the video if you wanted to go and see the footage of that. Had a great time, even if it was work. Managed to see a few things. So I mentioned that was in January, and then after I finished filming that vlog, I don't know if I'd yet known about it, but a very, very last minute unexpected or unplanned trip back to Africa came on my path. So since I've last spoken to you, I've been back to Africa again. I've been to Kenya, in particular. I've been to Nairobi, which is the capital of Kenya, this city, the main city. So again, I'll put a link to that if you want to see. Even though it was work related, I did manage to film a little bit, and then the day I flew home, I managed to get a fantastic safari at Nairobi National Park. Oh my gosh, it was stunning, spectacular. So I'll try and remember to put links in for that. What else have I been up to? Oh yeah, and I mentioned about my health situation. So since I've last spoke to you, I've had a blood test to check if I've got rheumatoid arthritis. Hurrah, hurrah, it's come back clear. I haven't, thank goodness. I had x-rays on my hand, feet and back, and I think it's osteoporosis, the osteoarthritis, the one that makes your bones a bit crumbly. It's confirmed I have that. I don't know if it's a bit worse than I last had them x-rayed because it was in a different hospital. I know I've got it. It's a fact of life. It's fine. Then since that, I've also been referred to the pulmonary department of the hospital. And on Thursday, maybe the day this uploads, I'm not sure, I'm going to be tested for sleep apnea. So they're going to hook me up with all kinds of electronics and pipes and stuff, send me home, have to sleep with it all, go back in the morning, hand it all in, all the equipment, and then in a week or two after that, I'll be told if I have indeed got sleep apnea. And the reason that they're sending me for sleep apnea is the rheumatologist actually told me, interesting fact, maybe you should pay attention to this if you're a lady of a certain age, that the symptoms of menopause, rheumatoid arthritis and sleep apnea mimic each other, which is really difficult. It makes it difficult to diagnose with your GP what you have. And a lot of people just sort of put it down to, oh, you're a woman, oh, you're this age, oh, it's menopause, when it might not even be, it might be something else. So I'll update you on that, how it goes, because hopefully by the time I film the next podcast, I'll know if I've got sleep apnea or not. If I've not, I don't know what they're going to do with me. Anyway, the other thing, so when I went to, when I got back from, I think it was when I got back from Kenya, I'd completely forgot. I went to, and I'd already arranged to go to a doll's house fair, like a miniature fair with my friend Antoinette. So I'm mentioning that because I've got a few miniature kind of things related to show you. And then after that, I got flu. I was really sick. For 1 week, I was completely laid out, very, very poorly. And then the second week, as I'm filming this, which was last week, I rallied. And then by the end of the week, I was feeling much better. Now I'm completely fine. But that was a good 2 weeks that it hit me one. So I think that's everything I've been up to. Looking. Yeah, that was it. So let's have a little slurp. I hope you've got a nice drink or a snack or something. Maybe you're working on something. Let me know in the comments if you're busy crafting, or maybe you've got me on in the background while you're doing a really boring chore, like a bit of housework or something, and I'm waffling to keep you company. Who knows? Right. Let's begin with the knitting. Well, let's talk about this, shall we? This is, sorry, I'm scraping. I'm going to chop my head off, bear with me. This is the Everyday Eyelet Sweater by Ashley Lillis, not been blocked. You can see the way the sleeves are seated. I finished this, I don't know, at the weekend, maybe last weekend, and I've not took it off. I've not even wound all the ends in. There's still ends from the back. This, I'll sit down in a minute. I'm just showing you. Sorry. Let's move this that way so you can have a better look. Is that better? So, I spoke about this in an episode, I think about 4 or 5 months ago, and I told you how many stitches I cast on, all the measurements, how many of the row repeats I did. I'll try and remember to put a link in, but if I don't, it's probably, look back about 4 or 5 months ago, if you're interested in knitting one, because I do know it's a free pattern, it's very well written. However, I struggled with calculating the cast on, the number of stitches I needed at the beginning. Once I calculated it, I was fine. I got going with it. I've knitted mine it's at budgetyarn.com, acrylic, chunky acrylic. It's already started pilling in places. I've been wearing it every day in the house. It's become like my house coat. It is toasty warm. I would do a couple of modifications, because as you can see, the sleeve seam is sitting a bit too back for me, for my liking. So, and the ribbing, well, I don't even think I went as wide. No, I did the ribbing on the cuffs even deeper. And I didn't do the ribbing as, I did less rows on the button band than I did on the waistband, but it still does, it's not sitting like, it could do with sitting like here on me, but naturally it won't fall that way. So I would, if I make it again, that would be a modification. Do I care? No, it's super comfortable. The only thing is, on the button band, I've not got buttons because I just want to use it as like a coat kind of thing. It told you to pick up every 3 stitches. So you pick up 3, skip 1, pick up 3. And on one side, I think this side, it sits really nicely. And then on this side, I could have done with an extra 1 or 2 stitches in it. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not. Did I enjoy knitting on it? Yes, immensely. I love, love, love the pattern. I don't know. I think she's also calculated it that you could knit it in different weights. I think you could do it in DK. There's all different sports. There's all different weights, if I remember correctly. I just really like this eyelet pattern. I'm not going to bother blocking it, not for the sake of just me, you know, wearing it as a comfy house coat. But I'm really happy with it. And I can hear you all saying, thank goodness she's finished something. Round of applause for it all. So there it is. The Ashley Lillis Everyday Eyelet. Is it Everyday Eyelet? I think it is. Cardigan. And as I said, it's a free pattern here on, over on Ravelry. Socks. So, just to prove, I do finish things. I do finish them. I haven't got my sock blocker. Sorry. But last time I spoke to you about these, I had 1 sock and now I've got a pair of socks, the Nutcracker. This is the West Yorkshire Spinner Nutcracker Signature Sparkle, I think, is it? And this was their Christmas colourway for 2023. And I finished a pair of socks. Plain vanilla with heel flap and gusset and a wedged toe, if that is a technical term, I don't know. My favourite go-to pattern. And then I really went off sock knitting for a while. I just went right off it. And then as soon as I cast these off, I was like, I miss having a pair of socks on the go. No, like mindless knitting. So what did I do? Well, I cast on another pair and finished them. Now, I can't find the ball band for this, but I have shown you this yarn in a previous podcast. And all I can remember is it's by Alize. That's it. I don't know the colourway, but I just absolutely, not even hopefully, the ending. I actually love these self-patterning socks. As you can see, not blocked at all. But they flew off the needles, absolutely flew off the needles. I kind of pattern matched them. I kind of did. But, oh, absolutely love them. Very nice yarn. Actually feels a little bit like the texture of the West Yorkshire Spinners. There's a little bit of toothiness in it, a little bit. But, yeah, well. And then I decided I needed another pair of socks. Just mindless, vanilla, knitting in the round. But again, when you do the patterned yarn, I find it really exciting to see what's coming next. It's a little bit like doing scrappy socks, you know, to see how the stripes are cut. So last night, lo and behold, I had to cast on another pair of socks. And I did have the ball band for this. This is a ball of yarn that I bought last year when I was shopping in Utrecht, which is one of the Dutch cities here. So I'm going to tell you what it is first. It's by Lana Grossa, and it's Laura Merino Extrafine, and the colourway, if you're interested, because it's beautiful, is I'm not sure, it's in German. I'm not, German's not very good. I think Farbe might be the colour. Well, it says Farbe 4554 or Party 15472. That means anything. I didn't know Lana Grossa was a I know. It's lanagrossa.de, which is a German website, but then it says made in Italy. How strange is that? Anyway, it's 75% Merino Extrafine and 25% polyamide, and it's machine washable. So let's be having it. This is as far as I've got. Here is the ball band, the ball of yarn, and then this is how the pattern is working up. So I've yet to get onto all these nice green, tealy, turquoisey blues yet. I'm still on a kind of speckle. Now that is showing up grey on camera, and it's not. I would say it's like a dusky, it's like a grey lilac, like a dusky lilac colour. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with it. You can see on the, sorry, that's an ambulance, you can hear it. On the ball band, this is the pattern that's showing up. So yeah, absolutely pleased with that. And I'm knitting these, so my go-to pattern is I cast on 64 stitches. I like to do magic loop, cuff down, as I said before, heel flap and gusset, wedge toe, and these are 2.5mm chaigu. They're red lace, they're fixed ones. And I must say, I don't know if it's just my imagination, but I seem to knit quicker with my chaigus. I don't know why. I was debating whether to do two at a time, but the difficulty is when you've got patterned yarn, it's difficult to, you can't just weigh 50 and, you know, split the yarn in half if you want to do the if you want to match the pattern. So I tend to just do one at a time. It's fine. I mean, I've done that. That was like an hour or two last night in front of the TV. But yeah, I'm really into my sock knitting again. But not, I don't have the urge to do any like sock patterns. I'm just enjoying this sort of, you know, knit kind of thing. So anyway, hopefully by the time I podcast again, I'll show you that. And I've got I've got two more knitting things to show you. The other one I got finished is, many of you, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that I love the Year of Dishcloth by Garlane, who's this kitchen sink knitter. And if you subscribe to her newsletter every month, she's done it for quite a few years now, every month you get a free knitting pattern for a dishcloth. And last year and this year she started doing she gives you a recipe which ties in with, you know, with the pattern. I cannot remember for the life of me, and I've misplaced the pattern. I did print it off, what this was called, but this is January's cloth. Now this is, I knitted this in like a DK cotton. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? I don't know if it was some kind of, it was a pastry, if I remember correctly. But then look what I did. Spot the deliberate mistake. I purled on the wrong side. And this, I didn't realise this was the top down. And I didn't realise my mistake till I was way hot, 2/3. And I was like, I'm not frogging that for a dishcloth. Anyway, it's fine. Isn't that beautiful though? What a gorgeous pattern. I really like the result of that, and it was super, super quick. It knitted up really quick. I can't remember what January's, what February's is. I did cast it on, and it was when I think I was like just, you know, feeling fluey. I frogged it I don't know how many times, and I had to just stop with it because I just had no concentration at all. One more knitting thing. It's quite a knitting episode. I have got some crochet coming up, so stick around. If you remember, I'm going back a while now. Here it is. At Yarndale, I bought this from Cuddlebum Yarns. I bought this little storage box, packed lunch box, whatever you want to call it, with flamingos. I think it's really cute. But in it, I didn't actually realise, Karen showed me the box. I said, oh, isn't that cute? And then when I opened it, I didn't realise, oh, if I can, I hope these don't go everywhere. bear with me. Yeah, I've already wound them, but in them it was stuffed with minis, and I've hand wound every single one of them. Some of them I think are maybe 5 gram, and then some of them are like 20 gram. So there's a whole assortment of them. Now, there was a shawl on there. Oh, and this, I think this is actually one of Suzanne's from Green Lampkins. I found that in one of my stash bags, and I thought actually it really reminded me of these striped ones. So I thought, oh, I'll grab that out. So I saw the cuddable minis knitted up at Yarndale on their stand. I'm going to show you. This is the pattern. So it's called the Area Shawl by Linnea Ornstein. It's paid pattern, so I can't say too much. But this is it. And it's got all these leaves. So the one I saw at Yarndale and Cuddlebums, all the leaves were knitted in these minis. And some of them are like zebra stripes, you know, they're patterned. So I've been debating when to cast that on, and I thought, you know what, when you cast something off, you should treat yourself to a cast on. I've given up on that lace cardigan. I'm just putting that in the naughty corner for now. So I thought, I know, I fancy casting on that shawl. That's the back of it. Isn't it beautiful? So I took I balled a skein of my own undyed, because if you didn't know, I do occasionally hand dye. I used to sell my hand dyed yarn, but after Brexit it just became too expensive and a logistical nightmare. I'm sorry about this. I seem to have wrapped my knitting needle round the tripod. Did I knock you? Right. So this is a skein of my own undyed yarn. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% polyamide, and I've cast it on. I'm not happy. The pattern is very, very well written. It's you get a charted pattern or a written pattern. I followed the written, and again, I cast this on at the tail end of me recovering from flu, so I don't know if that had something to do with it. But so here is the first leaf. So it would let's get the pattern. So they grow upwards. So as you're wearing the shawl, it would be like this. Now, I don't know, but the end is, I just find it the edge, is so untidy. This is the bottom edge, and I seem to have developed this step here, which is really weird. So I must have gone wrong with the pattern somewhere, but look at the top. Look at that. I think I've gone wrong with the pattern somewhere. And the other thing, which I don't like, is the leaf. It didn't form like a perfect point, how it does on the pattern. So I need to go and read further. So I don't know if maybe there's some kind of, I mean, you can't see because it's not the very, very end of the, yeah, I don't know if there's some kind of I-cord bind off or something to pull it all together. For the time being, I just tied the two end of the yarns together, and I thought I'll just tie them and I'll figure it out. I am tempted. So now I know the pattern, because it's very simple. I am tempted to just frog this back and start again. Now I'm feeling much better. And I'm not sure about this colour choice. I don't know if I might go a bit darker. I'm not sure if I want to go solid colours as well. I don't know. I can't decide. But anyway, it is, I'm going to persevere. The other thing as well, because it's on like 4-ply, the fingering weight, sorry, and it's, you knit it on I can't tell you too much obviously, but it's on a 4mm, and I don't know, I like my knitting to sort of hug the needle, and I just find it, you know, because it's fingering weight basically, and I find this needle's too big. I don't know whether to go down a size or just trust the process. For sure, that's a mess. I'm not leaving it like that. I've done something wrong. So anyway, I did cast it on. I do really like the pattern, and I will persevere, although it's going to be in it for the long haul. So don't expect a finished object anytime soon, but I just thought I'd share with you that indeed I did attempt to cast it on, and I will promptly frog it and I will cast it on again. Now I can concentrate. I don't even know what possessed me to do that. I'll just check my notes. That is all the knitting. Yeah, that's everything. So we'll move on to the crochet section now, shall we? The granny square hexagon cardigan that I showed you last episode, I have crocheted the other side and joined it in the middle. However, I'm not happy with it, so I think I'm going to unpick it, just the join, and make it a bit wider, because it feels like it's a little bit on the tight side. So I thought, well, I won't show you that because it's not changed much. So, but I am working on it. I speak about this in the last episode? I think I did. I think I told you that I wanted to do the Knoll 9 patch. Well, so I've got three of the so I think it's 9, each square is 9 by 9, and then you have 9 squares. So I've got 3 of the squares. I haven't got the pattern here. Maybe I can put an image of it here. On the pattern, they also have like gift boxes, you know, like gift wraps, like Christmas presents, which I don't like. So I've scrapped that, and I'm just going for this little red dot. The other thing, I can't say too much again because it's a paid pattern. The other thing I wasn't overly keen on is the pattern is for these little squares, it's join as you go, which I'm not a fan of. And here is a top tip. If you're going to crochet this, I found that I was not impressed with this. I've done every single granny square, every single one of them, apart from what they call like the connector squares, which they'll whip up super quick. I have done every single colour, every variation. When I finished them and I continued with the pattern, then it told me that I had to do another round of stitching around every single granny square. So if you buy this pattern and you've not yet cast it on, please read the instructions. And when you think you've finished one square, carry on reading, because it will tell you to add an extra round on every single square. Now, if I'd have known that, if I'd have read through and realised, I would have done it all in one go, because it's kind of, I thought, I've done all my granny squares, and then it was like, I have to go back and do an extra round on every single one and join the yarn in. And so anyway, I've done 3 complete blocks, and and I had to unpick, because I did the green. If you notice, the green's 4 and the blue is 5. Well, I got mixed up and I did them the wrong way around, and I was going to leave them, because then you see, if you see the join like that, you see I was going to leave it, and I thought, no, Dawn. So I unpicked this one. So I just whip stitched or mattress stitched, and I think it's going to give a much stronger join. I don't know, I just don't like that join as you go method. I find it a bit loose. It can get a bit holy. I'm not struck on it. So anyway, there you go. So making progress on that. I'm trying to crochet a little bit every night on it. I think I've done on all this sagey green. Oh, this is Stylecraft Special DK, which is what the pattern calls for. You can use what you like. I've done all the outside round of all the green squares now, and I'm halfway through this cream one, and I've still got the rest of the blues to do the final round on. But how annoying. Oh my gosh, it's a nice pattern, but that part of the pattern, not very smart. And there's my tapestry needle because I've sewn in the ends. And then the other thing I've done, crochet related, I don't know, I just seem to have gone off Amigurumi at the moment. I can't figure out why, because normally I love crocheting toys. I actually find that they work out very quick if you're in the right frame of mind, and that you'd be hard, if you're a good crocheter, you'd be hard pressed to sort of make a mess of a amigurumi, because you can always, unlike knitting, crochet is a bit more forgiving. So if you put an extra stitch in after a reduced one, you can get away with it. But I don't know why I can't get my head around amigurumi at the moment. Hold on. However, I think I've shown you this 1 or 2 episodes ago. This is by Erinna or Erinna Lee, Enchanted Woodland Amigurumi. Crochet 15 Forest Fairies and Friends. So actually Alize from Les Petites Roses, is it? Or Alize Rose Crochet? I forget. Les Petites Crochet. Alize changed her name now, and I'm so used to her being Alize. Les Petites. Is she Alize Rose Crochet? Oh, I'm sorry. If you're watching, I'm so sorry, Alize. Anyway, she's shown this book, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to have it. So the thing that I really, really liked, is there an entire overview of all the animals? I should have marked this first so you could have a look. Usually they do, yeah, but it's not very, okay, let's go to, it's not very big. You'd be squinting to see it. Let me go to the actual page. Bear with me. Right, here. I fell in love with Piper the Badger. That was the first thing that I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. So I cast Piper on. However, I wanted to do mine in Schapier's Stonewash. I just find it, I don't know, just find it a bit softer for toys. So all I've done with Piper is I've started on her head, and these are a badger, I'll just close the book now, her little eye patches on the badger, and that was it. And I whipped them up in no time. That was it. I just put it down. I just didn't feel like I had the motivation for it. Oh, do you have that? I'm loving sock knitting again, but now I've gone off, you know, crocheting amigurumi. Such is life. Shall we move on to resin? I think so. I can't remember if I've shown you these moulds in the last, these silicone moulds in the last podcast. I'm trying to rack my brains if I did. I can't remember. Anyway, I bought myself 2 silicone moulds. One was for an acorn pot. So I've done the acorn. And this is the pot. However, I was lazy, and it's got a lot of bubbles in it. I could go back in, I could pop that back in the mould and fix it, but it's fine. You can't see it when the lid's on. So I've done like greens and bronze and golds for the cap. And then this is, yeah, this is mainly golds and bronze. What do you think? I posted them on my Instagram, which was the favourite. And I think this one was the favourite, because then I did another one. And this was another pot. And it's a merry-go-round. The lid's a little bit looser on this one. It's a snug fit on the acorn. And it's all these little horses. And then I've put some gold. So as you turn it, you can see it's not solid gold, but it's like opaque. You see how the way I've done it? Underneath it, the main colour is blue. And I coloured the resin. But I just burnished the inside of the mould with some gold mica. So as you move around it, the top sort of changes colour. So it's not a solid colour. And then I just, on the inside of the mould, I burnished all the horses, and then these little patterns here, and then the rope thing here. And then when so then you fill the mould up this way, and then at the bottom I fancied a slightly different colour. So I mean, you can see the gold where it's not mixed properly, but then on this side, it's like this nice gold turquoise colour, just to make it stand out a little bit. So I don't know, which one's your favourite? Which one do you like the best? I'll hold them both up. Which one do you like? Maybe that could be a thumbnail. Could that be a thumbnail? Should we try? Should we try? I don't have to try. I can make my own thumbnails. So as I said, this one came out the favourite on Instagram. But I'm curious what you think, or maybe you voted on Instagram. You can vote again here on YouTube. So that's the only thing I've done with resin at the moment. I've had a little break from that. But I've been doing something else with moulds. I'll show you in a minute. And then, do you remember? I think it was also in the last podcast. I'd shown you I'd cut out some little like a goose pattern that I'd just drawn myself. Right. Well, I've made 3. I've got 1 I'm sewing at the moment. So I've got these 2 white ones. Oops, nearly dropped one in my coffee. And then you can see I've painted them in like watered down acrylic. It's like a Hessian linen cotton. And they're all hand stitched. And then so I painted them. And then I went back over and dry brushed them. So they've got like that aged, you can see better when you look at them top down, that aged look around the seams. I don't know if we're getting blowout now on the camera. They're looking very, very white, but they're actually not. They look a little bit old and vintagey. And then I cut out another one. I don't know what this is. It's some quilting fabric I've had for a while. So, and then the other one I've got is like a reddish, like a dark red colour. I just thought they'd look nice in a bowl. I've become a little bit obsessed with them, but they're lovely. They're terrible to turn out. Like that neck. This is thicker fabric, so you can see this was the first one I did. You see how thin his neck is. I went a bit thicker on that one because it took me ages to turn that out because it's hand stitched and the weave is a bit looser on this fabric, but it was fine on this like it's a cotton, I think. I could turn it out a lot easier. I don't know whether to just leave that, maybe just give it an eye. And I was tempted to put wings on them, but I'm like, no, I quite like them. They've got like that, what do they call it? Like pioneer style, you know, that rustic. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, hand stitching. I have got something to show you on the incoming as well, hand stitching related. Oh my gosh, you're going to love, love, love them. But I've not started them yet. Okay, let's go to other crafts because I mentioned at the beginning that I'd been to the Doll's House Fair with my friend Antoinette. Amongst other things, this is what I bought. It's kind of like a room box, but it's the top's open on it. So I've started, I got this kit, it was in different pieces. Now, spot the mistake, I wallpapered the wrong one. So imagine this is the box. Yeah. So that's the inside, and look, rookie mistake. It's fine. I think I've still got some left. This is actual Doll's House wallpaper that I've had in my stash for years. So I can try, let me just assemble it because it's fine to assemble it, kind of, without it. And then you get the general idea. I won't wedge them in too tight. I should have done this beforehand. Or maybe I'll just do one. Yeah, I'll just do one. Might be easier. One corner so you can just get an idea. I think this is made from MDF. All right, I'm not going to force them in. So this is the inside of the ring box, and then this was just I printed that off on my laserjet printer, and then it has the other side like so. But yeah, so that's kind of the decor, and then this is the front of the ring box. So it's not a bad depth, and as you see, it's not got a top on it. It has got a floor. So, oh, I don't know if I can do this without. I don't want it to drop because this is air dry clay. I've been busy with silicone molds, making like reliefs. So they look a bit strange now, but when it's all painted and gilded, it will look nice because I want it to look quite opulent. So the other thing, I bought this. I was trying to find a wooden candlestick holder because at the Doll's House Fair, they had it on a wooden candlestick holder, but I could only find a glass one. So I've been busy painting it, and then I thought it's a bit boring. So I've also, with air dry clay and a silicone mold, I've been experimenting with this. So it will, imagine, it will sit like this. and all the outside will be decorated. And I'm going to do it all the outside in like this nice grey duck egg blue and gold, and obviously I'm going to like make it all look very vintagey. So I think the outside will also be this colour, the gold, the front very ornate, and then I'm going to put all furniture and stuff. And I've had these in my stash for a couple of years. I bought these at the Doll's House Fair. It was a little kit from Bindle's Ornaments, it's called. It's a lady, I think she's from Germany, and she sells all jewellery findings, and then she puts them into kits and you can make little things for your dollhouse. So I had 2 of like these wall sconces. I've got candles, plastic candles to put in. They're a bit gold and shiny at the moment, so I'll dirty them up a bit, you know, vintage, make them a bit vintage. So I've got 2 of them. I don't know if you've seen that on camera. So yeah, 2 of them. So I thought I'll do 1 on each side, and then I'm busy. I have got loads of fireplaces, but they're too big, so I'm busy trying to make my own fireplace. So I'll probably do it on like a half, and then maybe like an ornate mirror in the middle. I don't know. I'm busy playing at the moment, but that's as far as I've got. So that's my messy kind of other crafts. Well, I didn't stop there, did I? No, I didn't, of course. In Dawn style, I got totally into my air dry clay modelling again. And then I started making other things. So, did I show you this? If you watch the vlog, you'll know this. I've got a fantastic little craft shop in the village next to me. I spotted these like a nest of boxes, little round boxes. So I'll show you. You get a set of 3. That's the middle size, just balsa wood. So I've started. Let's see, where's the front and back, because I had to join. Yeah, that's right then. Ooh, that was a train noise. So I've started decorating the first box with air dry clay in silicone moulds. So I'm going to paint all of this and really zhuzh it up and loads of gold on it and everything. And I'm planning to make like a spring going into summer display on my fireside. And then I was going to put all different eggs in it, but I'm not sure now what I will do. Anyway, I'm busy with that. But then I didn't stop there, did I? No, because if you did watch the vlog where I went to the craft shop, you'll be asking, where are the polystyrene eggs that you bought, Dawn? Well, I'll show you where they are. They're here. So I've started sticking plaster on these. Sorry, I don't know why there's such blowout. Is that better? On these polystyrene eggs. Maybe that's better. The camera seems to be, you know what it is? It's going dark, so the aperture is adjusting. So it's got, I've stuck these plaster reliefs. I'm going to give you a top tip on these. I haven't got my mould here. Air dry clay. My favourite is DAS, D-A-S, but you can use any. Pop it in the mould, the air dry clay. Put your mould in the freezer. Leave it for about 30 minutes, although I've got some in the freezer that have been there for days and they're fine. They're fine. So you could batch make a load of them. Take when you get them out of the mould, just gently just pull the silicone and then just ease them out, and they literally come out in one piece, perfect. But it's air dry clay. They've not dried. They're just frozen. So you leave them for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then they'll start going floppy again. And then whilst they're floppy, then you can put them round. You can curve them around things, and then I stick mine down with PVA glue or wood glue. So that's one of them I'm busy experimenting with. I'm just playing. This is all play. Then this one I really like. I did this the other night. So this one is, I just printed out a chicken image, and I've started, I don't know why it's a little bit like a Fabergé egg. So this is what I'm busy, and I'm gonna put like a brown wash on that to make it look old, and maybe crackle glaze, and we'll see. So yeah, that's my other crafts. In in the timestamps, I'll probably call it other crafts, I think. I think that's everything. Yeah, so one last thing to share with you. I mentioned this in the hand sewing, but first I'll mention this. Sarah, who's from Blacksheep Wool, I saw on her channel that she did knit along, I think. I'm not sure exactly. And it's for a pattern that actually Karen, who stitches and tracks at Yarndale, she'd knitted the sweater she was wearing it while we're in the cottage. And at the time I said, oh, I fancy knitting that. So Sarah's doing this, Blacksheep Wool is doing this knit along, and it's for the it's the Love Note, and it's a light and lacy yoke by Tin Can Knits. So I bought the pattern, and again, there's all kinds of variations you can do. This is the crop version. You can do short sleeves, longer, and it doesn't look it, but it's in DK. You can knit it in DK. So that lacy cardigan that I struggled with in the last episode, I've got a huge bag of that DK yarn. I think, is it King Cole? I can't remember the brand. Or Lion brand? I can't remember. So I'm thinking, I think I might knit the Love Note. The only thing I'm not keen on is you have to do a provisional cast on at the beginning, which I've never done before, because I don't like the look of it. I'm a bit, so I don't know if, because I nearly cast it on last night and then I cast on the socks. Okay, if you're watching this and you've knitted the Love Notes by Tin Can Knits, can you let me know if you've just begun with the neck rib and not bothered with the provisional cast on? And if so, did it work out fine? Because if that's the case, I might just do that. And then I'll have to work out how many make ones. Because I think the first round, if I saw in the pattern, I can't go into too much detail because it's paid for. I think the first round was full of make ones. So I'm thinking, let me look. Because I marked out what size I wanted to knit. I think there's a lot of positive ease in this, so I'm going to aim for the large. Now, if I'm a UK 16, 18, because I've got bigger boobies, or in Holland, the Netherlands, I'm a 44 to 46. And I've seen that I was thought, oh, I'm going to do the XL, but it's XL, XXL. And I think it might be way too big on me because I don't want it like burying me. So I'm thinking the yoke. So you cast on. Oh no, I might just cast that on then. And just work to yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do the provisional cast on, I've decided. But let me know. I won't cast it on just yet. So this is the incoming section. But head on over to Blacksheep. Sorry, that's one of my kids in the background. Head on over to I'll try and put a link below to Sarah at Blacksheep and have a look at her video. And I think maybe on the Facebook group or what exactly the make along is doing. One more incoming before I show you this super cute thing. I can't remember where I bought these from. There's no label on them, but I wanted to show you. From the Doll's House Fair, I bought these two little heads. I think they look like they're made on a 3D printer. And for some reason, they've not got any the branding on their packaging of who they're by. Now, yeah, they're made with a 3D printer. When I'm really sorry about this blowout. When I saw them on the stand, you could buy them ready painted. They were beautiful. I think they were like €15. Or if you wanted to buy the unpainted, so you get the animal head and 2 discs to mount it, and they were €5. And I thought, I can paint just as well. So I got that, and then I also bought, so this is for my doll's house. I also bought I hope you can see it. Oh yeah, it's definitely 3D printer. I don't know if you can see that. What is wrong with this blowout? you see? Is that even showing? It's a hippo head. I'm sorry about this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to paint them up when I get round to it. I've got loads of stuff. There was something else I found that I bought, I don't know how long ago. Oh, I don't know where it is. It was on the table, a little kit, and I thought, oh, I have to get round to making that. Right, then the finale, and then I'll stop waffling and let you go. Who remembers, this is going back a while, who remembers Ted, the hand sewn weighted bear that Antoinette and I bought a kit each when we went to a doll's house fair? That's a few years ago now. In fact, would it have even been over on the other podcast channel? Under the Craft Workshop podcast? Could have even been on that. Anyway, I just had a hankering because I've been stitching these little geese. I thought, just fancy hand stitching something. So I went to the website of this company. Now, you can't, there isn't a web shop. You have to email them and everything's in Dutch. But if you email them in English, they will respond back to you in English. So that's fine. And I'm probably going to make a big old mess of how you pronounce their name. Is their company name not on here? That's weird. Yes, it is. So it's a bit small, but they're called Beeren Atelier. So Bear Atelier. Which one? Oh, is that Lawrence? Lawrence, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce that? Maybe you can do it. Say hello to the podcast. Can't see you.
Beeren Atelier. I don't know what it means. That.
Well, go away.
Go away.
You're chomping and coughing over me.
Oh, chomping coffee over your ear.
Sorry about that. It's very professional. I don't know what he's eating.
Right.
Yeah, but you're noisy. Shh. I'm almost done. It's Beeren Atelier. Tierland Teincher. Can you even read that? I'm going to put a link below, and as I said, it is in Dutch. So you'd have to, if you can't understand, you have to put Google Translate on your web browser. And if you email them, I think she's called Toos, yeah, the lady. I bought my first kit from her at the Doll's House Fair because there was also a bear fair in the same hall. But I'm going to show you. I just had a fancy. I'll pop this back so I don't lose all the bits and bobs of hand stitching one of these little bears. So I've got Ted's. I don't know what Ted's Dutch name is, but I've called him Ted. I've got Ted's sister. So here she is. Isn't she beautiful? And in the kit you get everything except the needle to sew them with. It's you get the mohair, you get everything for the dress, you get the cotter pins, you get everything. Granted, the instructions are in Dutch, but you can actually, I think, is it with Google Lens? You can actually take a photo of foreign language and Google will translate the text for you. But I mean, if you've I don't know, if you've made teddy bears before, isn't it beautiful? So this is going to go with Ted. What is she called? I can't remember her name. Chrisia, she's called Chrisia. I don't know what, but anyway, I don't know what Ted's Dutch name was, but he's called Ted. And then, oh my gosh, this is so cute. And this wasn't expensive. This was €19.50. So obviously, you know, with your postage, I'm sure she'd post overseas because I'm sure they do. They go around the Benelux to different bear shows. I'm trying to straighten it up. Oh my gosh. How gorgeous is he? I can't wait. Now I've shown you, I can't wait to cut the patterns out. And it's all their mohair, and as I said, everything comes with it. And he, sorry about that, Lawrence is doing his Giant Swan act. He is called Otja. Bigature is piglet, little piggy. Otja, Bigature Otja. So that's, but I don't think I'll call him Otja. Oh, I might do. can't wait to get them done. So yeah, as I said, you know, there's no English on the website, but you can click on things, and I actually emailed them in English. They wrote back in Dutch because I said it was okay, but she said in the email, if you want me to write back in English, it's also okay. So, you know, super helpful and very affordable. So the big one, the bigger bear, she was $21.50, and then the little piggy's $19.50. And considering everything you get with it, and you get the pattern, so you can reuse it. And she also sells you can buy mohair, you can buy eyes, you can buy all the individual stuff. So that once you've got the kit and you fancy making more, well, the world dish or oyster. Right, I think that's everything now. I've waffled. I think we're probably, hopefully it's just under the hour mark, hopefully, fingers crossed, if you're still here. Don't forget, let me know if you've knitted the area shawl. Let me know about how you got the leaves, if indeed there is. Like, what did I say? God, I've lost the plot now. The bind off. No, can't remember what was in my mind when I thought about it. No, it's gone out of my head. Anyway, if that's what tidies up the points of the leaves, I am going to frog it. And also, if you've knitted the love note, if you can let me know about that. And if you've got anything else you want to say or ask or share with all of us and talk amongst yourselves, that's also lovely. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, if it's the first time stopping by the channel and you haven't done so, maybe you can hit the subscribe button and help the channel. It does really help a lot. All the interactions, you know, clicking like, even dislike, it helps me. Maybe it helps you. You think, I don't like that, and hit dislike, but believe it or not, it does help me. It helps the algorithm. So it always, on my vlog, it's the same person, I know it is. Every video hits dislike, and it makes me laugh because they wait, it's almost as it uploads, they hit dislike, and I really laugh because it's like, oh my gosh, you don't realise that you're actually helping me. Anyway, so yeah, and a comment, and if you want to share this with any of your crafty friends and say, hey, I've seen this girl drawn and she waffles a lot and she's a craftaholic and maybe you like her, please share away. And don't forget, there's all my links below for the rest of my social media accounts. And if you've not had enough of me waffling by now, you can head on over to Dawn's Days and watch all my vlogs. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe and happy crafting, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye for now.